Welcome back to I Accidentally Married a Filipina, episode 16. My name's Rob. In the course of 12 hours, I had gone from thinking I'm the Let's Dream guy to wondering if she thinks my face is hideously disfigured to now she's ringing my video chat unannounced. Not being sure how to tackle this call without preparation to my ugly mug, I just answer the call and croak out a tentative hello. She begins with a somewhat strained hi. Immediately I'm on the defensive. Did she come here to mock me and block me? While I'm thinking about this ruining my mood for my birthday, she continues, sorry I couldn't chat. My family all came over with food and we celebrated my nephew's birthday and I was too tired to talk, so I went to bed. Great! I am not hideously disfigured after all. She was just prioritizing spending family time over a random foreign chatmate. I can respect that. She asked about my day and wanted to know more about my birthday preparations. She asked, will you have a happy birthday banner and balloons? I replied, no, I'm not a child. I saw her face change from her usual smile to a closed-off look. I asked, why did you change your smile? She replied, in the Philippines, everyone gets a banner and balloons no matter your age. Well, now my personality is hideously disfigured. I try to recover with, I didn't know that. Here in the U.S., banners and balloons are generally reserved for small children. She thought that was kind of sad. I told her I would be grilling whole chickens and my daughter would make birthday cupcakes and my best friend Russ would bring potato salad and coleslaw and my good buddy Mitch could always be counted on to bring everyone's favorite beer from the local brewery. We would sit out on my back deck in the cool autumn air and maybe even start a fire in the fire pit after dinner and laugh and tell the same old stories we always tell. I told her my best friend Russ has been my closest friend for 20 years. I could count on him always. Even though he is 20 years my junior, he has always been there when I needed a hand and has been a good friend to my daughter as well. I explained that my good buddy Mitch is a hard-to-describe character until you get to know him personally. I've known Mitch for probably 15 years. He's a world traveler, younger than Russ, a businessman in the oil business, an entrepreneur, a good friend, and the best beer slinger I know. I spend most of my social time with my daughter and Mitch and Russ. My circle is small, but it is solid. Lillette enjoyed me telling her about my birthday plans, my daughter, and my close friends, and said it made her feel closer to me to know I would share this private part of my life with her. Her next question hit me out of the blue. I'm not so sure she will feel closer to me if I answer her truthfully, so I hemmed and I hawed and I changed the subject. I wasn't interested in hurting her feelings, so I turned my phone around and showed her my back deck and my grill and where I would be making my world-famous beer can chicken, and my freshly refinished deck stained in a redwood color that popped. This got her off the scent of her question that I wouldn't answer at this stage of the game. Then I said my goodbyes and told her I would like to video chat again tomorrow if she had time. She agreed, and I wiped my brow as I nearly escaped with my reputation intact. I told you that I had 100% good intentions in this mission to find a mate, and all signs seemed to be pointing at least in the general direction of my friend turned love interest Lillette. So to give myself a better chance, I had been going to YouTube and devouring Philippines YouTube videos produced by Americans who I perceived to have vast experience on what to do and what not to do when in my chatting situation. I know there is somewhat of a language barrier, and as an American, I guess I fell into the trap of everywhere is like our country. That was my assumption, and I found out quickly I was wrong. I already know I can treat her with respect and kindness because being kind is an international language, but I needed to know the ins and outs of her culture to try to impress her and let her know I am making a Herculean effort to show her I care enough about our burgeoning relationship to put in the time to learn her culture. After all, 9 out of 10 Philippines YouTubers can't be wrong. Sarcasm. Some of the videos I watched seemed to be accurate. If they used facts and figures, I would cross-reference them on Google to said YouTuber's information and either continue to subscribe to him if true or cut him out of my daily viewing lineup if incorrect. Then there were the tubers who had headlines such as, "The 5 things you need to know before dating a Filipina. 10 ways to know if your LDR really likes you or she is a scammer. If your Filipina does this in public, she loves you." I gobbled it up, and I sparingly used some of this advice in our chats and then took note on how Lilette would react. Mostly she would smile when I got it right and correct me when I got it wrong, which was okay because I could blame it on YouTube. My hard work and preparation appeared to be working, as Lilette was really taking a much bigger interest in me and my day-to-day goings-on, even going so far as to regularly say, "Be safe when you drive to work." This saying was usually number 3 on the top 5 ways to know your Filipina really likes you. YouTube got it right that time, so that was cool. The rest of the week came and went, and I had avoided the question the whole time, and it was now time for my small birthday celebration. It was the end of September 2019, and as I was getting a head start on food preparation on the deck, my daughter was busy icing the cupcakes, and Russ and Mitch were still about 30 minutes from arriving, so I took a break while it was still calm and video chatted Lilette without sending a message first. That was a pretty big step for me to take in the relationship. Lilette answered immediately and was very interested in seeing how an American spends their birthday, as opposed to what she sees in her country. So I tour the backyard and the deck and show her the chicken on the grill, but I hear Russ and Mitch pulling into the driveway 15 minutes early. I hear my daughter open the front door and hear them making their way to the deck, and I quickly exit my video chat and pretend everything is normal as the festivities fire up a little early. I was disappointed I had to cut my video call short, but I bought myself another day's reprieve from the question.
It was late September, Rob's birthday. I call him via video chat to greet him personally, asking about his birthday, the foods, his visitors. I want to know how they celebrate birthdays in America. Because in my poor life, I never experienced celebrating a nice birthday, yummy foods, wine in a round table, friends in my birthday, having gifts. I was so happy seeing him. He was happy in his birthday. I just imagined how nice to have a good birthdays every year like him. I really like him more and more, so I asked him about his friends.
I had a really good 56th birthday. I've never been one much to celebrate my own birthday, but it makes my daughter happy, and Russ and Mitch just really like my cooking, so everyone had a good time, myself included. I never really sleep past about 5 a.m., which at this time of year is 7 p.m. in the Philippines. Lilette would have went to church and had lunch with her extended family members and was now probably working on her lesson plans for school Monday. I rolled out of bed and into the shower, but not before checking my messages. There were 2 messages from Lilette. One was a GIF, GIF, of a teddy bear wishing me a happy birthday, and another one was more like a small music video with sunrises and happy animals and blossoming flowers and the such, with a song playing. I listened to the song, and I had never heard it before, and it was obviously a Filipina performer singing a love song. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a little early for a love song in this relationship. I felt flattered and uneasy all at the same time. Guess what? Number 2 on the 5 things you need to know before dating a Filipina was, they fall in love very quickly. We have been talking for 5 to 6 weeks by now, and things were going very smoothly. No arguments, no disagreements. So I was really settling into this habit of twice daily video chats. But if YouTube is correct, Lilette has either pressed the wrong song button. I mean, really, she could have been meaning to push the happy birthday song and didn't proofread her message. Or she possibly has already fallen in love with this cowboy, and I am not ready for that rodeo yet. So I shower and get some coffee and have a birthday cupcake from last night's birthday celebration for breakfast. And in the still early morning silence, I contemplate the meaning of her little video messages and try to come up with different ways to handle different scenarios for when I video chat her next. I'm starting to develop a strong attachment to Lilette. After all, she is sweet, kind, she's family oriented, has no children, attends church, is easy on the eyes, educated, and is good at English. But she lives 9,000 miles away, and I have not seriously considered going there to meet her, let alone even started saving for such an involved trip. If you start talking about taking a trip that far, you are making a very bold statement, and it says, I'm going to the Philippines to finalize this deal we're working on, and I'm on my way to make my destiny happen. Those are very bold words that require an iron constitution and decisive action, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not there yet. Someday I may be there. Actually, I hope to be there one day. But with this distance, there is absolutely no way to know for sure until you actually touch each other in person. And if she knew my answer to the question, I'm quite sure she will not want to touch me in person. Things are progressing nicely with Lilette. Every morning and every evening we video chat. We are learning more and more about each other as the days go by. One particular day, I was video chatting her on the back deck, which is my usual safe spot, so my daughter and my friends couldn't sneak up on me and catch me in the act. The fact of the matter was, I was embarrassed. I knew what they would say. My friends are merciless when it comes to finding an opening to mock me. They would cut quickly and they would cut deeply. No taunt in poor taste was off limits. How do I know this? Because I'm the same way with them. Making fun of each other was our love language. And boy, are they good at it. So I had to be stealthy because for sure they would call me crazy, for starters. Then move on to, why can't you find a woman in your own country? Are you getting a mail order bride? She is using you for a green card. She just wants to get here and then leave you and find a younger guy. She's only with you for your money, etc., etc., etc. I was 80% sure none of these things were what this sweet, kind woman was about. So to answer your question, what was her question that was so dire? She asked me, have you told your friends about me yet? I couldn't bring myself to answer honestly and risk hurting her feelings. I felt bad. I felt like I was hiding her. And she was right. I was hiding her. But I couldn't risk the verbal flogging I would receive, especially if this didn't work out or if they happened to be correct. So I just kept changing the subject whenever she brought it up. On this current video chat, I was eating some snacks left over from my birthday celebration, and she would ask me what I was eating. It was a small tube of hot peanuts. She said that looks masarap, and she said, can you send me those? She giggled afterwards, so I assumed she was being silly. Later in the conversation, I also ate some gummy bears. She asked, what are those? I explained gummy bears to her, and again she said, can you send me? Again she giggled, so again I brushed it aside. This happened at other times as well. If I was taking a snack break at work, always, can you send me? And then a giggle. So after I knew she was asleep, I sent her a message and asked for her address. I didn't give her a reason. I just asked because I thought it would be a funny surprise to send her hot peanuts and gummy bears in the mail. After I got off work and she was rising for work and messaged me back her address, something was amiss. For the first time, I felt like I might be being scammed. This isn't her address. Does she think I'm stupid? Or worse, were my delusional thoughts about what my friends might say be true?
I am asking his favorite snacks. I told him, can you send me some of your favorite snacks? I was so curious because honestly I never had that in my younger days. We are too poor at that time. But asking him, it's all about joke. I know he's not wasting time and money for spending that crazy little snacks. But before I slept, he is asking my house address. I already had a doubt again, maybe he is scammer. Maybe a bad guy. I had to be careful in this man. I'm sure he is scammer. He is trying to be nice with me. Until I decided, why not give a try to send my address, maybe he's a good Samaritan. So, I gave my school address.
I have watched so many YouTube videos with the title, How to Know If Your Filipina is a Scammer. I feel like an expert. So when Lilette sent me her mailing address, a red flag went up immediately because she sent me an address to an elementary school. That hit me as odd, so I looked up the school and the address on the internet, and sure enough, it was the school she has worked at for 14 years. So with a little trepidation, I stopped by the convenience store on my way to work and bought a couple of tubes of hot peanuts, a bag of gummy worms, a bag of Three Musketeers bars, some Mentos, Chico sticks, and a couple of photos from my summer vacation with my family so she could feel more at ease by seeing something tangible in her hands that is personal to me. I found a box that was about the size of a children's shoe box, and I loaded up that box and wrapped it in printer paper. On my way home, I stopped at the post office, and the lady behind the counter helped me fill out the customs form in quadruplicate with eyes full of judgment. Sorry, lady, you had your chance. I'm international now. Which I only thought, I did not say. The box was sitting at 2 pounds 15 ounces and would cost $27 to ship $8 worth of snacks to the elementary school in Manila. I took a picture of the customs receipt and sent it to her via Messenger. It was about 5 a.m. there, so I was sure she was not awake yet. I went about my usual after-work household business. At that time, I lived in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage and a small yard. It was really way more house than I needed at this point, and not near enough garage for my hobby of rebuilding vintage campers. So I begun planning selling this house and building a small retirement house with a big shop on some land outside of the city and into the country. I take a break when Lilette calls me in the morning. I'm hoping this small gesture will make her happy.
When I woke up in my morning, I was surprised he sent me a picture of a receipt in a postal office. I don't know if I will be happy or nervous. I don't know if it is true. But when we talk in video chat, I say thank you and wait until the package arrives here in Philippines. But deep inside, I'm happy because he's making an effort sending that box. Hopefully it's not a joke. It was November 2019, the post office delivered a parcel from United States. I was so excited for the box. I'm happy also because he never lied to me. When I received the box, I rushed home and opened it. My family all gather round and are more excitement than even me. When I open, I see snacks. I say sent to me. His box is just like what I think Christmas would be. My little nieces and nephews want to try sour worm and my mom and sisters want to try chocolate. I save hot peanuts for me and take pictures up to my room to chat Rob. That time, I was thinking maybe this man is good person. I started to keep chatting on him every morning, every night. It could be my daily routine chatting him every day. I never forget saying good morning when I woke up. We had set a time to have a video call. My feelings changed for him. Day by day I feel comfortable talking with him. Telling about my crazy life before and now. Until another receipt of box he sent me the next month. I'm not asking anything from him, but he did. Of course I am happy for that. But 2 months he is sending me a surprise box. I was thinking, this how he is getting my feelings to make him close and more comfortable to me. All this chatting and 2 boxes, he never asked me nude photos, he respect me of who I am. He makes me proud of him. So, we continued talking. We enjoyed each other every day, sharing our thoughts in life. The next box was even better. As we continued talking day by day, I feel very comfortable talking with him. If I asked him about his life, he shared to me. I asked about his past life, about his daughter, and his job. He told me everything. I was thinking so many times that I want to tell my life because I don't want that he's expecting me too much. If one day he's going to visit me, I tell him, I'm just an ordinary woman who lives in a province and moved here in Manila last 2003 for finding a job. I tell him how life is hard in province. Rain or shine, we harvested a lemon juice, string beans, and cucumber to sell it in the market Saturday and Sunday. Me and my mom had slept over in the market during Saturday to have early market to sell vegetables. The hardest part is when I'm going to school in my college. I had 100 pesos allowance for the whole week. I had one school uniform and one pants and maybe had 4 shirts in whole week. I hand washed in sink and wear clothes every day because not machines where we are. And one pair of school shoes. Hard, but I don't care. I enjoyed my days with my friends at school. I never tried eating Jollibee or McDonald's. I do not know about Jollibee burger in my college day. I know it's embarrassing story because my life is so poor. I know Rob has a good life in America. Rob doesn't had an experience like me. As we always talked every day. A month later he's sending me again a box. I was so excited every time he has a surprise for me. I kept asking what's inside. He always telling me I forget. When I received the box and opened it was an expensive shoes. I almost cried because this is the first time I can wear an expensive shoes. There was some peanuts, chocolates and jelly A's. It was very unforgettable experience I had. Before in I had window shopping only and looking for a nice shoes but I can't buy. When I was young jelly A's is my favorite because it's colorful but I don't have 1 peso. It's my first time to receive an expensive shoes with my favorite color. I never had this before in my younger days. I'm using slipper at my grade school. My slipper before is Spartan. I use a banana leaf for umbrella when it is raining. I never had experienced that someone is giving me a shoes. I'm so glad having a Nike shoes for the first time. I don't know what's inside the mind of Rob, maybe he felt pity with my life experiences. That's why he tried to send me some things that I never had before. I told him, why you bought an expensive shoes for me? He answered, let me enjoy buying things for you. I know it's expensive. Maybe he feel pity with me. I was happy and thankful to Rob because he provided me a things I don't have before.
I had a gift card to a sporting goods store for my birthday, so I went to buy some new wrestling shoes as I am not only a teacher, but also a high school wrestling coach. The season had already been running, so the shoes were on sale, and right next to that sale rack was the female shoes on sale. I had asked Lillette her shoe size in passing weeks before to be prepared for this opportunity. I quickly called my daughter and asked her how women's sizes correlated to children's sizes, since it is the same shoe, just cheaper. I found a pair of children's pink, Lillette's favorite color, Nike running shoes marked down to $30. That was really more than I wanted to spend, especially with shipping being added on, but it was getting close to Christmas, and I am beginning to understand how Lillette grew up in poverty and now lived a very Spartan existence, but yet she was always happy. And to see the sheer joy in her eyes was certainly worth the $50 I was going to put out. Until, that is, Lillette sends up a giant red flag.